Where was Abraham Lincoln born? Well, the history books we all read in school tell us Kentucky. A lot of people, including some historians, though, question whether that is true.
Abraham Lincoln once confided a secret so sensitive it could have derailed his entire legacy. His mother was born outside of wedlock, and her origins were wrapped in scandal. For more than 150 years, historians debated whether he was telling the truth or shielding something even deeper. Only when modern DNA evidence surfaced did the truth emerge, revealing a rare genetic marker that reshaped his family history and left one pressing question still unanswered. So how did this revelation change everything we thought we knew about the man behind the legend? William H. Herndon spent 17 years as Lincoln's law partner, sharing long hours in the office and on the road. Around 1850, during a quiet moment away from public eyes, Lincoln confided something that had weighed on him for years. He told Herndon, "Billy, I'll tell you something, but keep it a secret while I live. My mother was a bastard." Those words carried a weight few today can fully grasp. In the America of his youth, being born outside of marriage was more than a private embarrassment. It was a stigma that could ruin reputations and destroy political ambition. Illegitimate children were often denied legal rights and social standing. In some states, mothers faced public humiliation or punishment. The law even labeled such children filius nullius, nobody's child, with no inheritance rights and few protections. For a man who would one day lead the nation, such a background was dangerous. Lincoln went further. He told Herndon that his mother, Nancy Hanks, was the daughter of a well-bred Virginia planter. He described his grandmother as poor and vulnerable, taken advantage of by a powerful man. Yet Lincoln did not speak with bitterness. He believed his mother's side gave him his intellect and ambition. "All that I am or ever hope to be, I get from my mother. God bless her." He shared this knowledge only once and only with the man he trusted most. In a time when even a whisper of scandal could destroy a public figure, Lincoln's confession was an act of quiet vulnerability. The truth about his mother's birth was not just a family secret, it was a potential threat to everything he hoped to achieve. When Herndon published the story in 1889, the historical community fractured. Two rival camps emerged, each convinced it held the key to Nancy Hanks' true origins. One side defended the illegitimacy theory. They pointed to Mercer County court records from November 1789, where Lucy Hanks was indicted for fornication, a charge typically brought when an unmarried woman gave birth. Her subsequent marriage to Henry Sparrow in April 1990 created a timeline that seemed to confirm Nancy's birth outside of wedlock. For these scholars, the public record aligned with Lincoln's private confession. The opposing camp promoted the Shipley theory. They argued that Lucy Hanks was actually Lucy Shipley, who had married James Hanks before his death. In their view, Nancy was born within a legitimate marriage, and the story of illegitimacy stemmed from faulty memory and local rumor. They claimed Herndon's account was shaped by bias and the passage of time.
Genealogical ties between the Hanks and Shipley families, they insisted, supported a lawful union. The debate intensified in 1941 when Lincoln biographer Lewis Warren rejected the illegitimacy account as another Herndon myth. He argued that documentary evidence favored the Shipley connection and urged historians to move beyond what he saw as sensationalism. Yet the proof remained circumstantial. Neither side could settle the matter conclusively. For decades, the question lingered. Was Nancy Hanks the illegitimate child Lincoln described, or the daughter of a lawful marriage obscured by time? Each new discovery seemed only to deepen the divide. Without definitive proof, the mystery endured. Then, in October 2015, genetic genealogy offered a new approach. Researchers Suzanne Holstrom led a study designed to answer what documents could not. The team focused on mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, passed exclusively from mother to child, virtually unchanged across generations. Unlike nuclear DNA, it does not recombine with a father's genes, making it a powerful tool for tracing direct maternal lines. The challenge was identifying living descendants who carried the same maternal DNA as Nancy Hanks. Lincoln left no daughters, but his mother's extended family did. Researchers traced female-line descendants of Nancy's grandmother, Anne Lee Hanks, identifying several living women whose maternal lines remained unbroken. These became Group A. To test the Shipley theory, they also located women descended through a direct female line from the Shipley family. If Lucy Hanks had truly been Lucy Shipley, their mitochondrial DNA, Group B, would match Group A. Each participant provided a simple cheek swab. The samples were sequenced and compared. The results were decisive. Every woman in Group A shared the same mitochondrial DNA. Their genetic signature belonged to haplogroup X1c, a lineage extremely rare in Europe. When Group B's samples were analyzed, there was no match. The Shipley theory was ruled out at the genetic level. Haplogroup X itself appears in only about 2% of Europeans. The X1c branch is even rarer, with roots traced primarily to North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and parts of the Near East. Only a small number of carriers have been identified in Europe, scattered across regions like Italy, Ireland, and Norway. Yet this rare maternal marker ran directly through the line of Abraham Lincoln. The evidence confirmed what Lincoln had privately confessed. Nancy Hanks was the illegitimate daughter of Lucy Hanks. Documentary records, court indictments, marriage timelines, and Lincoln's own words now stood reinforced by scientific proof. But mitochondrial DNA has limits. It traces mothers and grandmothers, not fathers. The identity of Lincoln's maternal grandfather, the well-bred Virginia planter Lincoln alluded to, remains unknown. The genetic evidence resolved one mystery while leaving another untouched. Today, Lincoln's legacy carries an added dimension: a rare maternal lineage, a long-debated story confirmed, and a reminder that identity is often more complex than legend suggests. Science has clarified the past, yet it has also shown that some secrets remain beyond its reach. As history and genetics intersect, we are reminded that the truth we inherit is often richer and more complicated than the myths we once believed. Share your thoughts below.